In this video, we dive deep into why Jonathan Lekkerimäki is becoming a pivotal narrative for the Vancouver Canucks as the season progresses. Join us as we analyze his impressive skills, recent performances, and the impact of his plays on the team's dynamics. Discover how Lekkerimäki's development could shape the Canucks' future and why fans should be keeping a close eye on this rising star. So let's dive right into this. We're going to be going over an article talking about Lekkerimäki. Going over Lekkerimäki. The article is from Canucks Army. The headline is Why Jonathan Lekkerimäki is a Key Story to Watch Down the Stretch for the Canucks. I will leave a link to this article in the description down below. We're going to take snippets from it and go over it. So let's dive right in. This is an article from Tyson Cole of Canucks Army. And it goes on to read, Vancouver Canucks top prospect Jonathan Lekkerimäki was the hero on Monday night, grabbing a third-period tying goal and the shootout winner en route to a 4-3 shootout win over the New Jersey Devils. While much of the focus will be on the steep hill the Canucks have to climb to claw their way back into the second and final wildcard position, the growth of Lekkerimäki is going to be a key story to watch down the stretch. With the current state of the team, the roster is in dire need of somebody to take the reins offensively. Elias Pettersson, Niels Höglander, and Filip Chytil are all out without timelines for their respective injuries. This leaves Brock Besser, Connor Garland, and Jake DeBrusk as the only forwards on the roster with north of 40 points. And quite honestly, it's hard to expect a rookie with just 19 games of NHL experience under his belt to carry the team offensively. He's got all the tools to be that offensive weapon, but he just needs time to find his footing in this league. Thinking about that, obviously you can't expect, him to just light things up, as he is still technically a rookie, and that is a little too much pressure on him. Yes, he's got the talent and the skills to be a difference maker, but he's still, trying to find his groove in the NHL. He spent a majority of the season in the AHL, and yes, he tore it up in the AHL. There's no question about it, but obviously the AHL and the NHL are two completely different beasts. Everyone knows that. But let's talk about his performances as of late and his points the last few games that he has played. Obviously, it's a small sample size. In last 5 games, he's gotten 2 points. Last 10, he's gotten 3 points. Obviously, it's going to be tough to get points when you're on the fourth line like he was against New Jersey, yet he still played hero, and not only did he score during the game, but he also got the shootout winner. So it's very tough to accumulate points when you're playing on the fourth line. In the game last night against the Islanders, he was bumped up to the third line, and you can't expect him to produce when he's playing that low in the lineup, as well as not just barely playing 10 minutes a game. I do think in these next couple games, or for however long Pettersson, Chytil, and Höglander are out, I think Rick Tocchet should bump Lekkerimäki up to the first line. Maybe put Brock on the second line. It's not like he hasn't done it before, and Brock's, since having that burst where he scored 5 goals in 3 games, since then he's been quiet. So maybe throw Lekkerimäki up there, put him on the first power play unit, and if I didn't really look at the lines for the power play in the game against the Islanders, so go ahead and correct me in the comment section down below, but I don't recall Lekkerimäki being on the first power play unit, and if he's not, put him on there. And maybe the power play can actually do something, because it's been absolutely horrid as of late. But on that note, let's Where was it? Sorry. Let's go ahead and continue on with the article. One specific quote I want to go over. So it's just a little snippet that I'm going to bring up, which is right here. And it's a quote from the article basically saying, everybody always talks about Lekkerimäki for a shot, and rightfully so. That is his bread and butter, but his speed is underrated. Remember how a while ago we were talking about how Lekkerimäki, or no, sorry, not Lekkerimäki. Jeez. Remember how we were talking about how this team lacks speed, and then we got Drew O'Connor and we got Filipino, and that injected some speed into our lineup. Well, they're not the only ones with speed. Lekkerimäki himself has a lot of speed, and you saw that in the game against New Jersey. You saw him showcase that speed, especially on his goal. He was cutting through Devils like nobody's business. So Lekkerimäki himself brings that speed to this Canucks team. So, and again, I reiterate, he needs to be higher up in the lineup for him to, help out this team offensively. It seems like Rick Tocchet somewhat understands that, but hasn't delivered on that, even though he spoke about saying, I need to give him more minutes. Well, do it. Last night was a step in the right direction, bumping him up to the third line. I think you should, maybe bump him up to the second line against Columbus on Friday, and then maybe have him on the first line against Winnipeg on Sunday. I don't know. But moving forward to this next part of the article, I broke it up into sections. Let's go over the third one. But we're going to go over this part. And it reads as follows. Obviously, the team is in the business of winning games with the playoffs still within reach. However, regardless of playoffs, seeing how far Lekkerimäki can come to close out the season, it is not only important for his development, but is crucial for next season. The Canucks head into next season with approximately $13 million of cap space. Here are the projected lines with players signed for next season. Brock Besser, he's a UFA. Pia Suter, UFA, and Atu Ratu is an RFA, are the expiring forwards on the roster. But it shows as follows. So first line, DeBrusk, Pettersson, Höglander. Second line, Joshua, Hedel, Garland. Third line, O'Connor, Bluger, Lekkerimäki. Fourth line, Carlson, Amon, and Sherwood. The Canucks are going to need to use their $13 million to add some impactful forwards to be a competitive team. And realistically, they need an impactful winger and a second-line center. Can you get that out of just $13 million, especially with the salary cap increase? That might be tough. We talked about that in a previous video when talking about Pia Suter and whether or not the Canucks can re-sign him. You can find that right here. Where was I? Right. Second-line center is the biggest need. And if Lekkerimäki can show well in the remaining 10 games, maybe he can be the impactful winger from within to help this team as early as next season. He's certainly shown the offensive flashes as he did against the Devils. He just needs more opportunity to turn those flashes into consistency. So, but, yeah, I think that's it for the on another note, it has nothing to necessarily do with Lekkerimäki. I'm just going to do a cheap plug as on Friday, speaking of the next Canucks game and the Blue Jackets, Friday, I'll be doing another live stream. The one we did last night turned out really well. I seem to have things organized for it, and I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you can join me Friday for the live stream. It will be taking place at 7:30, so we're going to bump it up and have it 30 minutes early. compared to this most recent one. I'm just trying to figure out timing for the live streams, that way it gives me enough time to, do my notes and get everything all organized. A quick note for later today. This is probably going to be our only video for today. I'm probably going to make a bunch of shorts and have those uploaded onto the channel along with this video, just so there's some sort of content for you guys, as I am working today, so I won't be home until super late. But then I'll be back Friday for our live stream, and then Saturday as well I'll have some content coming out. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. And so yeah, so that's going to do it for this video. A bit of a shorter one than normal, but what do you guys think about this article when it pertains to Jonathan Lekkerimäki? What do you guys think about these lines? Whoops, wrong one. Sorry. These potential lines for next season. Having DeBrusk, Pettersson, and Höglander as your first line. I do really like that. At least having Pettersson and Höglander together. Obviously, prior to their injuries, they were playing really well together, and they have that chemistry with one another. So I think that should be permanent going forward, for sure. Obviously, there's a big question mark with Hedl and whether or not he'll recover from his concussion. As we've mentioned before, this is his 5th concussion, and he's in his mid-20s. And everyone said, he's one bad concussion away from his career being over. So there's a big question mark with Hedl, which only makes the Canucks basically makes, them needing a second line center even more urgent or critical, rather, that they are planning on addressing in the offseason. And as the article mentions, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. They only have $13 million, and they also have to think about extensions, in particular with Demko. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to The Line Change, go ahead and subscribe. Share this video as well. Share it with your friends. As you can see, excuse me, sorry. From the bottom of our screen, join our Discord. It is completely free. The link is in the video description, and be a part of the conversation. Go ahead and join our Discord. We've got some, then we can talk all things Canucks. You can also talk with fellow Canuck fans who are part of the Discord. Also, become a Patreon member and you get exclusive perks. The link to our Patreon is in the video description down below as well. You can find us on social media at The Line Change on Instagram, Line Change Van on X. You can search for us on Facebook. Just search The Line Change. And then you can find us at the.line.change.po on TikTok. Also, listen to us on Spotify. We are also on Spotify. You can either listen or watch the podcast. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.